All right, the second day of part C notes, okay? This part, okay, is gonna require 3 steps. So we're gonna have to do 3 steps in order for me to solve this problem. Okay, so please pay attention, please take notes, because on your next slide, you are going to be trying your own problem and you're doing it on your own, okay? So you are doing the next one. Make sure you write the notes down. It is a problem that requires more than one step, so please write notes, okay? Here we go. All right, in order for me to solve this problem, I need to remember what I have learned so far, okay? And let me find how to read this question, okay? Because a lot of you guys might not know how to read this question. The question is asking to find M, and it has a little angle sign. So M means measurement. This little symbol means angle. BCD. If you're confused on how to figure out what angle they're talking about, connect the points. B, C, D. So they're talking about the upper angle. This one right here. And again, how do I know it's upper? Well, because these two lines are intersecting lines, okay? This line, F to D and B to G, are intersecting each other. When we have intersections, we have angles that are on the top, on the bottom, on the right, on the left. Okay, don't forget about that. That's how I know that for my question, they're talking about the upper angle. Okay. Before we get started on how to solve this problem, let me just remind you of what's happening, because you're going to need this and you're going to need to understand this. So we have those two lines, right? Vertical lines means that the upper angle is the same thing as the downward angle, perdón. Upper angle is the same thing as the one on the bottom. The one on the left side is the same thing as the one on the right. The left equals the right. Okay, another thing we know is that when we form these angles, okay, if I do the angle of the upper to the one to the left, to the one on the bottom, to the one to the right, we form a circle, okay? A circle is how much? 360 degrees. And how do I know that? Because of rotation, right? Remember when we did rotation, part 8 notes? Okay, we also know that half of a circle, okay, half of a circle equals 180. How do you form a half of circle? Well, connect two angles. You either connect the one on the down to the right, or you can connect left to down, or you could connect upper to right, or upper to left. Doesn't matter how you go. Half a circle is 180. You could do up with the right, you could do right with down, you could do down with left, or you could do upper with left. Those are the 4 options that you can get half of a circle. So make sure we understand this. We are going to use this, okay? I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to erase it because I want to go back to it later. Now let's get started on solving this. Okay. How do I figure this out? Can I answer this question if I don't have any numbers for this part or this part or this part? Okay. That means I have to find the numbers. Well, they gave me equations for the left side and the right side. They said that the left is x plus 6 and the right is 4x minus 27. Okay, so first step is to solve for x. Okay, look at what they gave you. Set it equal to each other because they are going to equal to each other. The left side equals the right side. The left is x plus 6. The right is 4x minus 27. And voila, we have our equation. We need to solve for it. Okay, again, we've done this so many times already. When you have 2 terms on the left and 2 terms on the right, you can start out wherever you want. It doesn't matter. Start wherever you want. You want to get rid of x? Go ahead, get rid of x. You want to get rid of 6? Go ahead, get rid of 6. You want to get rid of 4x? Go ahead. You want to get rid of negative 27? Go ahead. You're free to do whatever you want for the first step. All right. Personally, I am going to get rid of negative 27. So I'm going to start out with 27. If I start with 27, let me change my color here. Okay. I need to do the opposite. Don't forget to get rid of a number. You need to do the opposite always. So if I have to get rid of negative 27, the opposite of negative is positive 27. Whatever you do to one side, which is the right side in this case, you have to do it to the left side. Okay, where am I going to add the 27? Well, I need to add it to the 6. Why to the 6? Well, because 27 doesn't have an x. So I cannot add it to the x. You can't. You can only do that if they have the same variable. So 6 plus 27 gives me 33. So now I have x because I didn't do anything with it. When you don't do anything with something, it goes down to your next step. So x plus 33 equals 4x because this cancels out. And again, I didn't do anything to the 4x, so it just goes down to my second step. All right, now I need to get rid of x. Why am I going to get rid of x, okay? Well, because on the right side, I have a number with the x variable. I cannot subtract 33 because 33 doesn't have an x. On the left side, I have x by itself, so I have an imaginary one, which means that we're talking about positive 1x. To get rid of positive 1x, I'm going to subtract 1x. Whatever I did to the left side, I have to do it to the right side. So negative 1x. Why am I subtracting? Okay, because when you have a number on the other side that has the same variable, you're not going to divide. You're going to either add or subtract. Okay, so this cancels out. I didn't do anything to the 33, so 30 goes down to my next step. 33 equals 4x minus 1x gives me 3x. Now I can divide by 3. Why am I dividing? Because now on the left side, I don't have a number with the variable x, which means I cannot add or subtract. So now I can divide. And why am I dividing? Because 3x means 3 times x. The opposite of multiplication is dividing, and you're dividing by 3. So at the end, I have 11 equals x. Okay, that's how much x is. However, that's not how much this angle is. Okay, the next step is choose an angle and plug in for x. You can use the left angle or the right, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use the left angle. Okay, how much is the left angle? So I picked left. How much is the left? X plus 6. How much is x? X is 11, right? Remember? So 11 plus 6. How much is 11 plus 6? 17. Okay, that means that the left angle is 17 degrees. Instead of putting x plus 6, okay, let me erase all of this. Okay, instead of having x plus 6, I'm going to scratch it up because I already know this means that this angle is 17 degrees. This whole angle is 17, not x plus 6 anymore. 17. Okay, and remember, I was supposed to find how much is this angle on top. Remember, this is the left, this is the upper, this is the right, and this is the down angles. How am I going to figure this out? Well, use your rule of a half circle. What can I do with L and the one that I want? The one that I want to find out is the upper one, and I have left. So upper left, look, upper left is half of a circle, forms 180. So step 3, use half of a circle rule. Okay. I know that the left with the upper angle equals 180. That's my rule. How much is the left? Well, I figure out that the left is 17. How much is the upper one? I have no idea. That's what I'm trying to find out. So I'm going to leave it as U. And I'm going to set it equal to 180. And then finally, I just have to solve for it. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to subtract 17 to both sides. And the upper angle is, again, that's your final answer because that was your question. 180 minus 17 is going to give me 163. This right here is your final answer. 163. This angle, the one that we're questioning, the one they want you to find, okay, the one up here, oops, sorry. Okay, the angle that they want you to find, which is up here, is not a question mark anymore, is 163 degrees. Okay, so that's your question. That's your answer for the question. Again, this problem has 3 different steps. Make sure you write this down. First one is to solve for x. How are you going to solve for x? By setting 2 angles together. Left to right, solve for it. Okay. Once you know how much is x, all you have to do is choose an angle and plug it in for x. Once you know how much is that angle, then you're going to use the half of a circle rule. Half of a circle, again, is 2 angles that add up to 180. In this case, I used the left angle with the upper angle, which was the one they were asking us to find. Then you set it equal to 180, and then you solve for it, and you finally have your final answer, which is 163. All right, make sure you guys, again, write everything down. If you guys have questions, make sure you ask. And you're doing the next one on your own.